In a time before Microsoft stopped worrying about making great exclusive games, the Halo series was their shining beacon. Launching the Xbox into the big leagues back in 2001, the game cemented its developer Bungie as a big name in the industry. 9 years and 5 Halo games later, they put on the big boy pants and split from Microsoft to become an independent studio. Leaving the Halo series in the hands of 343 Industries, Bungie slipped into the 5,000 thread count cotton Egyptian sheets laid out by Activision and signed a 10-year publishing deal, and they got to work on their big, new ambitious IP called Destiny. An IP that they promised would redefine the FPS genre by bringing in MMORPG elements and creating a persistent galaxy to fight across. This would be no easy feat, with the FPS genre not seeing any significant innovation since Call of Duty Modern Warfare brought together angry tweens from across the globe who all, by some strange coincidence, had diddled your mum.
Oh, riot shield! I'm a pussy that use riot shield!
Destiny is definitely a game that splits opinion. Fans will say that it's fun and engaging and really different from the other FPS games out there, but for a lot of people, the name Destiny has become synonymous with unfulfilled potential. The recent rumours that Destiny 3 is definitely happening means that the series isn't going away anytime soon, but are Bungie right to really try and make the game fulfill its promise? That's what we're looking at in this video by asking the question, should there be a Destiny 3? If you like this, why not sign yourself up for a deal of 10 years worth of quality videos right here by clicking that subscribe button.
Definitions of quality may vary. Also, 10 years seems like a lot of commitment for now. Who knows what can happen in 10 years? Space travel may be perfectly affordable means of travel, and who's going to have time to watch YouTube videos when you can brave the violent storms of Venus? Terms and conditions may apply.
The original Destiny game was a vision for Bungie, still being one of the most expensive games ever made. The original vision was a long-term one, a decade-long commitment very much in the vein of games like World of Warcraft and Minecraft. Games that have an enduring legacy and, more importantly, passionate fan bases that the publishers can keep milking for more of that delicious money. Look at all that sexy recurrent revenue all over your adoring face. The game was released to a mixed to positive reception, with people enjoying the blend between the multiple aspects to the game. It could be argued that Destiny felt like a game trying to exist within multiple genres, but failing to do anything revolutionary in any of them. A kind of a jack of all trades, but master of none. Which is great if you're Frank, the local handyman, helping someone finish off their decking outside. But a video game is more like a really good stew. A few simple ingredients usually has a more potent flavour than putting in everything that you have in your fridge, like some mad stew deviant. The thing is with a Destiny is it was all on tracks in terms of the original long-term view. After a few years of getting some well-received DLC, the game over the next few years managed to gain some traction, much like other recent successes that fell just below expectation upon release. The moment when the Destiny series failed is when they announced a sequel. Like some stroppy child stamping out his sandcastle because he slipped and knocked down half the northwest corner, Bungie in my eyes put their arms in the air and said that the Destiny vision didn't work and they were going to give it another go with a brand new Destiny game. It was at this point that Bungie should have either carried on with the original game, adding in more content, more graphical patches, gameplay updates and laser dinosaurs. You heard it first here, folks. Destiny needed at least 17 more laser dinosaurs. Fact. Or just have moved on to the next IP, learning the mistakes they collectively learned from both Halo and Destiny, and growing as a developer rather than flogging this dead horse of a franchise. So, quite honestly, the reason why there should not be a Destiny 3 is one simple reason. There should have never been a Destiny 2. The growth of recurrent spending is more and more negating the need for new game releases. And no matter how much a Bungie tried to reshape what Destiny is, due to the large scope of what it's trying to be, it will never reach the expectations of what consumers or even the game creators have. And no matter how many sequels you have, you'll never fix that problem. It just makes it a bit...
Whilst it is true that Destiny tried and failed at being this exciting new blend of genres, we can't ignore that it did create its own unique style. If you start playing the game with the idea that it will be a certain genre, then you are going to leave disappointed. Because when it doesn't focus on a particular aspect, it's not going to have the full feel of an MMO or a third-person shooter or whatever it's trying to be. However, with the concoction of genres, it's like a donut cheeseburger, something that probably shouldn't exist, but there's just nothing else like it and you know you want to try it. So if you ask the question, did Bungie's 10-year plan fail? The answer would overwhelmingly be yes. The fact that Destiny failed to live up to the 10-year plan and needed a sequel 3 years after its release was enough for people to dismiss the plan as a complete failure. But did it really fail? When the 10-year plan was announced back in 2010, players assumed that Destiny would be a game that would last for 10 years. A very similar model to GTA 5, a base game followed with a steady stream of DLCs, updates that would allow the player to enjoy a single game over the span of 10 years. So when an incomplete game came out, and the only fix was a £20 DLC, it wasn't difficult to see why a 10-year plan seemed laughable. This notion was a misconception that stemmed from the developer itself. Within a promotional video before the release of Destiny, there often was a talk of a 10-year journey, which to most would suggest that Bungie was talking about a single game lasting for 10 years, which isn't uncommon for MMOs, which Destiny was also reported to be. However, Bungie's 10-year plan was never meant for just one game. It was in fact a contract deal with Activision to hold the rights to publish the Destiny IP for the next decade, and during a lawsuit between Activision and Infinity Ward, the full 10-year plan was released to the public. It showed that Bungie planned to release 4 Destiny titles over 10 years, with the release dates noted as being every 2 years from 2013, with expansions or comet releases coming every other year from 2014, and then DLCs sprinkled in the mix as well. This plan was never meant to be made for the public, and from quotes shared by Destiny developers to the media outlets, everything pointed to Destiny being a single game spanning 10 years, and that their engine was able to last that time as well. Whilst Bungie never meant for Destiny to be the only element of their 10-year plan, they made no effort to inform the public about the idea. So for many, the 10-year plan had already failed, but to Bungie, their plan is to mimic their Halo success, and to build a universe filled with deep, expansive lore that will last for multiple console generations over a series of titles. Much of the argument against Destiny 3 is that it failed the idea of the 10-year plan that Bungie set out. But with the knowledge that the 10-year plan actually did include a series of games and several entries into the series, it does feel like Destiny 3 will be an inevitability. Destiny may not have the same following as some of the other larger AAA series, but it is obvious that it has a dedicated fanbase who will go out and buy release after release. So even if Destiny 3 is released, and it seems it will be, there is enough of an audience that will pick it up to make it deemed a success to Bungie. With each major update bringing a necessary change to the series, it feels like a new Destiny game can only improve on the past series. So if Bungie keeps up its plan of a 10-year release period, then by the end of those 10 years, it feels like Destiny will reach its pinnacle as a game. Just don't have every update being half the price of the game. I think that's not too much to ask.
Well, there you have it. 2 different points of view about the future of the Destiny series from my 2 favorite little scamps. But screw those guys. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below if you think there should be a Destiny 3 or if Bungie should really just move on and do something else. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to our teeny tiny mess of a YouTube channel, and we'll see you again very soon. Thanks for watching.